What is up, Scorpio? Welcome to your weekly general timeless reading. General meaning that these are general readings. They're not personal readings, so if they don't resonate, that's perfectly fine. Check out your sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter on the channel. Also, I do not focus on any particular topic, so this could be work, romance, spirituality, whatever spirit most needs you to hear. Also, they're timeless readings, so whenever you see this is when it's most meant for you. If you are new to the channel, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel grow. Like, share, subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Also, keep in mind that if you are new to tarot, I have linked down below in the description box how to interpret tarot as a viewer. So please, I am begging you, please watch that video. It's going to give you a lot of insight on how to interpret tarot readings on YouTube as a viewer. It's going to basically break down that we all have masculine and feminine energy. The roles can be reversed. Energy is not gender. So if you're a woman, you can be a king or an emperor. If you're a man, you can be an empress or a queen, etc. There's a lot more that you need to know when watching these readings. Okay, so check that out, please and thank you. Also, you want a personal reading, you can book it down below in the description box. You want a Reiki session to clear your energy, align your chakras, all that jazz. I am a master Reiki practitioner. I got clients all over the globe. You can read my reviews on the site if you would like. You can also book it down below in the description box. If you would like to join Patreon, those readings are not collective for the entire collective like YouTube. They are just for my patrons. So I tap in just to my patrons. So they're a lot more specific. We talk a lot about my spiritual journey, how to open up your consciousness, integrate your shadow, work on your masculine and feminine energy, how to work with your guides. We also talk a lot about love, relationships, manifesting, energy shift readings, moon cycle readings, all that stuff. So it's a lot of readings like we do on YouTube with some spirituality and mentoring thrown in. So if that's something you're interested in, please join our Patreon family. I would love to have you there. Let's get into it, Scorpio. Enough shop talk. Let's check it out. Whew. Mercury's retrograding as of today, October 13th. Okay. So just retrograding in Scorpio, actually. So that should be fun. All that basically means is that communication is going to be, actually, is it retrograding in Scorpio? I'm pretty sure it's retrograding in Scorpio. I've been saying it's retrograding in Scorpio, so I hope it's retrograding. Yes, Mercury retrograde. Summary. Dashboard. Okay, well that was not helpful at all. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, it is. Okay, give myself a little heart attack there for a second. I was like, hold up. Had to look at the chart real quick. So basically Mercury is the mind's planet, so communication, the way you communicate with yourself, so your inner dialogue, the way you perceive yourself, and also the way you communicate with others and perceive others is going to be shifting a little bit. Considering it's in Scorpio, it's going to be a lot of like internal dialogue, so it's a really good time to sit with yourself, connect with your higher self. It's a lot of mystic energy, but also Scorpio is a very internal, very like, no offense Scorpio, it's not even offensive. I got like so many Scorpio placements. We tend to like keep things to ourselves in a sense. Like we do tend to like really think about things before we say them out loud. Like you'll be talking and I'll be thinking a lot. Like I'll be, and there'll be, I won't be judging, but I'll have my thoughts. Very intuitive, like very intuitive energy right now. So if you want to do a lot of shadow work, you really want to overcome a lot of obstacles that you've been trying to work through, now's a great time to sit with yourself and try to work through blocks, because you're going to have a lot of new perspectives on yourselves, on dynamics, on other people, on how you communicate. And it's going to be very beneficial. You might not like what you see about yourself and other people, but with Mercury retrograding, it's going to be shedding a lot of light on things that it's basically a big hangman energy, a very new perspective. So it's going to be very beneficial. Okay. I highly recommend tapping into that and using it. And it's going to be showing up in your dynamics with others. So just be mindful of that. People might not be too happy with what you point out to them. So Be cautious of how you communicate, okay? Because other people might not be aware of what's going on with Mercury. So with other people, their shadows might be coming out. So let's see what's going on, Scorpio. Sorry for the long intro. As usual, you guys always get something out of me like that, huh? Of course. Got some goodies. My goodies bring all the boys to the yard. Got a Knight of Swords in reverse, a King of Swords in reverse, a Nine of Cups, and a Nine of Swords. Got a lot of swords and a lot of nines. 2 nines, indicative of completion, and 2 cards in reverse over here, 2 court cards. So you're definitely understanding that although there's a lot of love with whoever this King and Knight are, and look at them, that's a lot of not happy communication, a Knight of Swords and a King of Swords in reverse. So this is definitely somebody in your environment that you're dealing with. That's Gemini energy and Aquarius energy. So even though they're a King of Swords in reverse, they're acting as a Knight of Swords in reverse. It's kind of juvenile. It's very combative. And there's a lot of love here, but they're just stressful. At this point, they're causing a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. Pisces energy with the 9 of Cups and Gemini energy with the 9 of Swords. Oh, Mercury. Oh, Mercury. Yay. Oh. Leo energy with the 6 of Wands. Not doing too hot over here, are we? Are we, sir? They wanted to come in to reconcile, but it didn't really work in their favor because they turned you off real quick. Because the way they're approaching, though, it's almost like because I can feel that they want to come in with love, but it's almost like they're coming in and saying, well, if you didn't do this, I would have came in sooner. Okay, well, you know, that's not a good way to start an apology. Let me tell you. Let me tell you there, sir. Let's, how about you go out the door, come back in, and try that again. How about you go out the door, come back in, and try again. Knight of Wands in the Tower. Yeah, they're acting very juvenile. And it actually created a tower moment in this. And I think you're kind of like, oh, you know, I'm done here. You actually made my decision for me. By acting in this way, you're making my decision for me. I think you are actually thinking about this person for a long time, whether or not what to do with this dynamic. And the way they're communicating with you now, it's kind of actually showing you their shadow. It's shedding light. The way they're communicating is shedding light on an aspect of them. You're seeing them in a new way. Remember the Hangman, the new perspective. Ooh. You're kind of, it's funny because this is you. And I don't even feel you with the 9 of Swords. It's kind of you, and like the cups is all the chaos they're bringing you. It's kind of like you're sitting at the table and you're looking, it's like me looking at the cards right now. And it's kind of like, well, you look like a damn mess. Okay. That's kind of what it's like. Well, I don't want to deal with this, so literally, you're like, I'm just gonna turn around now. I'm just gonna take my shit. I'm gonna go that way. That's, yeah. And bottom of the deck, you're ending with the 4 of Cups. You're not interested. Not interested, which is a shame because I do think you waited for this person for a while. I think you really wanted it, and it's turning out by their approach, you're literally looking at the situation like, oh, you just made my decision for me. This is a big turnoff real quick. And if you are new to the channel, I don't typically focus on love. This does feel like a romantic connection. It does feel like a romantic connection. It feels like someone who's very juvenile all of a sudden. Frustrating, very frustrating, Scorpio. Very frustrating. Whoa, a little stubborn there, I see. Sorry that I'm bumming it today, guys. It's been raining for a few days and I've gotten dressed all cute and everything for the last few days, and I gave up today. I was like, yep, not today, not today. was like, let me get up super early and try to record all these videos instead of... Hold on. I had to write down your title before I forgot it. I can't get over this tower. Alright, so let's check out this Knight of Swords, because Nine of Wands in reverse. Yeah, okay, so I don't like this. They're basically coming in and they've already had this energy behind them of giving up. It's kind of like, well, I got nothing to lose, so here I come. No. I'm not a fan of that. I'm gonna take my eyeballs off. It's hurting my nose. They're coming in with this Nine of Wands in reverse, and this is like a wounded warrior. This is someone who's already hurting, right? And they've already given up, and they're coming in with this combative energy, almost like, well, you didn't fight for me, so I'm not really gonna fight for this either, but I am gonna come in with this aggravated energy. And that's the shadow side of this Mercury energy. It is a shadow energy. Sagittarius with the Nine of Wands. Tell me more about the Knight of Swords. Yeah, Hierophant in reverse. There they are. Upset that the connection isn't going anywhere. They're upset about it, but they didn't do anything to fix it. Like that's frustrating. I can feel some of you being angry about this, like very angry about this. Like, what do you mean they're upset about it? Like they didn't do anything to fix it. They're the ones who didn't do anything. Hierophant in reverse. This connection, they weren't committed though. They were not in a committed connection with whoever they were dealing with, and they had issues with commitment on top of it. I don't think they knew what they wanted, and then they walked away from it, and then they got angry at themselves for walking away from it, and then they wanted to flip the script and be like, well, you didn't commit either. And it's like, whoa. Hold on there for a dang minute, sir or madam, you know. Let's look at the King of Swords. Six of Pentacles. There's the Queen of Swords. Oh, damn it. We got a true pair. Oh, snap. And we got two major arcanas. Oh, golly gee whiz. Okay, so we got the World in reverse, and we got the Star in reverse, and we got a Hierophant in reverse. I actually just got this in the Cancer reading, these two cards together as well. It was like a Saturn return energy, which I'm loving. I'm loving that these two keep coming out together, because the World is Saturn energy and Aquarius. Next to it, Saturn just went home. Well, not home, but Saturn went to Aquarius, and we just got done with the Saturn return and Aquarius. So I was like, oh my gosh, Saturn return. Get what I'm getting at? So this person might have been going through a Saturn return, and which is why they're kind of kicking themselves in the butt. But this King of Swords really wants this Queen of Swords now, right? But the problem is they already feel it's a missed opportunity. They feel the cycle's already done. They feel it's a missed opportunity already, which is why they're kind of like, well, I got nothing to lose. I've already lost this connection, which is why they come in like this. It's so frustrating. They're just being very juvenile about it. They're coming in with a very hopeless juvenile energy. I'm not fond of it at all. I'm not fond of it at all. Let's look at the Nine of Cups. There's the Nine of Cups here for Scorpio. King of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you have a lot of love for this person, but you know that they're not stable. They're not grounded. King of Pentacles is Taurus energy. Justice, Libra energy. you know it's not a balanced connection. As much as you have love for this person, you know that they're not stable, they're not balanced, and the right thing to do is to put yourself first. The right thing to do is to stand on your own 2 feet without them. As painful as that is, right? Let's look at the 9 of Swords. Yeah. There's just a lot of sexual attraction here between the 2 of you, though, with the King of Wands. That's the struggle. There's a lot of sexual attraction. And with the Wheel of Fortune, though, is you're being blocked. And I think the new perspective that you're getting is that the attachment you have to this person is sexual in nature, right? Is physical in nature. It's not about what they can give you long term. It's about the physical attraction, the sexual attraction. That's actually a very common theme right now, because think about to like a month and a half, 2 months ago, when we had that Libra, Leo moon, Libra energy going on. Or was it was Leo sun, Libra and Venus. I think that's what was going on when Venus was in Libra and the sun was in Leo. That kind of energy was a lot of sexual energy, a lot of sexual attraction, or it was vice versa. I can't remember, but there was something going on with Leo and Libra, and that was kind of like a very peaked sexual energy time, and a lot of people ran into connections like this, right? And I think that's kind of it's that realization of, okay, it's time to release that. It's time to understand what this connection actually is and that it's not serving me long term. It's not serving me to my highest good, and I need to release this, right? So let's look at the 6 of Wands. King of Wands, Leo energy, also Aries for me as a reader, and the 10 of, I almost said the 10 of Wheel, the Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius, Jupiter energy. Let's look at the 6 of Wands, this Leo energy. 5 of Cups, yeah. Understanding that this isn't going anywhere, it's mourning that, it's releasing that. 5 of Cups, Scorpio energy. Let's look at the Knight of Wands, this player energy that we got going on, this Sag energy. Got the Fool in reverse, the Magician, 7 of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. You know that it's deceptive to try and manifest a new beginning with this person. Some of you are trying to manifest it. Some of you are trying to, but your higher self is kind of hinting at you, stop it, because you know it's deceptive. You know it's not of your highest good. You know it. You don't need me to tell you. You already know it's not of your highest good to try and manifest it. It's self-deceptive. It's not going to be stable. It's not going to be stable. It's not going to last the test of time. You're self-sabotaging if you were to try and manifest this person. Spirit's just going to block it. So let's check out the Tower. So why is the Tower here? 4 of Cups, the rejection, and the 7 of Wands. Having to be brave through the disappointment. Yeah. Then you have the King of Swords, Emperor in reverse, and the Strength. Understanding that they're not an Emperor. They're that King of Swords energy, okay? And you need to understand and see that, right, for what it truly is. You see that they have the potential to be an Emperor, but it's time to see with clarity and strength that that's just a potential. It's not the fact of it, right? This is needing to accept that. The strength is to overcome the Tower moment and not to feel the rejection, to understand that it's protection from Spirit because it doesn't serve you to your highest good and that there's better things coming. With the 7 of Wands, it's a card of bravery. It's a card of like looking forward and seeing that more opportunities are coming. Let's look at the 10 of Wands. 9 of Swords in reverse, the Devil, the Chariot, and the 8 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, this 10 of Wands, this burden of this connection is all this energy. 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, and the Devil. Spirit's kind of like, okay, let's move away from that. Chariot, Cancer energy. 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, Gemini, the Devil, Capricorn energy, and the Chariot, Cancer energy. Beautiful. Trying to move you away from all the toxicity, from the attachment of it, because that's what the Devil's indicative of. Sexuality, attachment, obsessiveness, codependency, sexual energy mainly. The attachment to it, seeing it for what it is. Let's look at the 4 of Cups in the overall. Why is the 4 of Cups in the overall for Scorpio? Ten of Wands, exactly. Rejecting it is what closes out the cycle. Death, wow. Temperance, holy shit. King of Cups in reverse, and the Empress in reverse. Wow. Because you had a shadow pair. A shadow pair. Look at that. Crazy. Spirit has a much... It's also like a delayed divine connection. This person couldn't give you what you wanted. You saw the potential for this with this person, but they can't be this for you. You need to end this so this kind of connection can actually come in. Spirit's trying to bring you this kind of connection, an Emperor and an Empress, but you need to end this connection. You need you need to reject it, because remember, the ending energy is the Four of Cups. It's a card of rejection. You need to end it. You need to drop the burden. Ten of Wands, followed by death. End the connection, then do the healing. Temperance, because this is what's waiting. A true pair, an Emperor and an Empress, and it can't come in until you release this energy. A Ten of Wands and death, and do the healing around it. This is what's being blocked. It's in reverse right now. It's being blocked, Scorpio. Holy snap, crackle, pop. It's trying to come in with a new beginning. It's trying to come in with somebody new. Somebody new. Let me say it again. Somebody new. N-E-W. Brand spanking new. Okay? New. I like to drive that word home because everybody's like, well, what if it's them? And it's them in a new form. New. Okay? New. Yeah. It's definitely going to be new. Okay? Because they got a lot of healing to do. So it's going to be new. And if it's them in a new form, you're going to know. Because you do have quite a few true pairs with them. Let's just be honest. But it's a general collective reading. If you want to know if it's going to be them in a new form, you're going to need a personal reading. Because this is for the collective. The World Wide Web. Okay? Because we got a King and a Queen of Pentacles, and we got a King and Queen of Swords on the board. Okay? And now we have an Emperor and an Empress. So, Scorpio, this is what I have for you. I'm very excited for you, but this form of the connection needs to end. So either a new, it does feel brand new, a new connection can come in. So if you want a personal reading, you can book it down below. You want a Reiki session to clear this person's energy out of your energy, go ahead, book that as well. And if you want to become a Patreon to learn how to integrate your shadow and release attachment to people, go ahead and do that. And I love you guys. Like, share, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.